Hello, hello.
Hey everybody. How you doing? Debbie and Jamie from Chalk It Up Fancy. Hi, how are you?
Just making sure I could see us.
So we wanted to come live and put together the July kit with you. This one was a fun one. If you put yours together, you can make note of it in the comments. Just as you're hopping on, let us know where you're watching from. We always like to see where everybody is from in the United States. We are Debbie and Jamie. We are mother and daughter out of Pine Bush, New York. And yes, we are furniture flippers, craft enthusiasts. Every morning around 8, we try to go close to 8 as possible. We send out a craft free to you. And we also have a subscription box with paintable cutouts that we send out once a month. And we do have a promotion right now that if for anybody that is a subscriber now or anybody who signs up today is going to get 20% off in our webpage store, which has a lot of different painting items, other cutouts to choose from. So I'm going to let Jamie talk to you about how to reach us, how to text us, how to email us, all the good stuff. Yes. And then we'll get started on our craft for the evening. And if you have any questions, just post them in the comments as we're going to be watching so we can answer all your questions.
Hi, everyone. So if you're new to us, there's a couple ways we'd like you to contact us. You could either text us, and I will put this all in the comments. But our texting number is 845-286-9044. And you can always just send us a text if you have any questions, if you need help finding a video, anything like that. We also have an email, chalkitupfancy@gmail.com. Those are the two ways we recommend you contact us. Those take priority over any of the other messaging systems on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. As she mentioned, we have a new video we post every day here on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. And yeah, we're going to be painting our July kit. I will also post a link in the comments for anybody who is kind of curious about our subscription box. It is kind of a surprise every month. So what we're painting today is not what you will receive if you sign up. This was July's box. So this has already been mailed out. We like to go live. Some people prefer to watch us paint it live. But we also do send a pre-recorded tutorial along with all of the paintables for the monthly subscription. So you can finish it before we go live, or you could wait for a live, whichever works better for you.
I am not seeing comments, just so you know, on my...
Yeah, I don't know why. The iPad we didn't last time either.
Oh, we didn't? Okay.
They must have changed. I have my phone.
Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day. We had some rain today, which was kind of much needed. It's been so hot here. So I'm just going to see if we can find comments on our phone because they are not on our...
Yeah, I have it right here if you want.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you can, if you want to keep that on that side, and then
okay,
we could bounce.
So hello, everybody. Hi, Cindy, Donna, Peggy. Thank you so much for jumping on with us. Whoever has already painted their adorable July cutout, you can let us know how that worked out for you. This is a really cute one. It was a lot of fun, and I'm going to walk you through it. For those of you that have never seen our paint kit, every box is a different shape every month depending on what we put inside. And we try to change it up so you have a lot of different types of decor around the house so it's not the same repetitive item. We do use Wise Owl paint in our kits. If it's something that you're interested in, you can either get paint or no paint. There is about a $10 price difference with or without paint. The paint we use is Wise Owl, which is a very top of the line, top grade paint. That I think you're going to see. You need very little bit for great coverage. And but if you choose no paint, you can use pretty much any paint of your choice, your favorite paint on these projects. They come right to your door once a month. So I'm going to open August kit with you and we'll walk through it together. If you do get the kit, hopefully you got a card. If you ever don't receive this card, it really is just a mistake. Let us know. We can either email you the QR code or email you the video. It's just giving you a picture and the video. And when you scan the video, the QR code, you're going to go to a video with me walking you through it. You're not going to see my face. You look down kind of like we do our crafts in the morning. So it's very easy to follow along. And then for those of you that want to see us do it live, we come live a second time, usually towards the end of the month. So this kit has the paint inside. We make sure you have enough paint to do this craft. Sometimes there's extra pieces. We make sure you have enough. And I'm almost going to guarantee you're going to have some left over because we try to send you plenty of what you're going to need. So this is going to have our smoky quartz, our Republic red. It's going to have black, Joshua tree, which is a really fun green, and our snow owl inside this particular kit. Okay. Then we have a little baggie inside, and it's going to have a sponge for each of the colors and enough glue to glue your project together. So this one came with a larger glue and a smaller glue. It should have been enough for you. You do not need a lot of glue. This glue is very durable. A lot of it is just waiting that few seconds for it to dry. And then this one, you received 5 sponges that you can pull together, and they're just the little sponges here. And we send you a little clothespin as a handle for painting purposes. So throughout this video, you'll see me show you some little tips and tricks that you may not have seen in the first video. I a lot of times will put it together differently than the first one because I just kind of go off. I don't really have a way of doing it the same way. I don't know. There's lots of different ways you can do this, okay? I always recommend, too, that you watch the videos through because sometimes I do put these together and make a mistake, and I'll go back and I try to point those mistakes out to you so you don't make the same mistakes. So it's always a good idea to kind of walk through the video before you go through it a second time to actually put your item together. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. And it looks like a small item, but it actually turns out to be a really nice porch sitter, or you can actually sit this on the floor. So once I get my parts out, I'm going to take some painter's tape. And I like to kind of put that out because this is where I'm going to put my small pieces so I don't lose them, and it's much easier to paint using the tape. So I'm going to start with the word hello, and I'm going to put that on my painter's tape. And then you have this oval part that when you lift this piece up, you're going to keep the ring. And then you're going to lift this part up, and you're not going to need this. This was just for shipping purposes. So we're going to put that aside. I have a little hinge. And then I have all these little seeds that I'm also going to put on my painter's tape. And these are just going to keep everything in one spot so I don't lose any pieces. And it's very easy to paint because they don't move around. And then I'm going to put this aside. Then I'm going to go into my watermelon slices and some flowers and 2 more pieces, 2 more hinges that I'm going to put on this painter's tape. And then I'm going to create another painter's tape alongside of that. And I'm hoping you guys, I shouldn't be using my teeth, right? My dentist would, but my dentist isn't watching. You're like, Debbie, that's why you got chips on your teeth, right? I'm going to put another piece of painter's tape here, and I'm going to take a rind from the watermelon. Was there just this one rind, Jamie?
No. I pulled from our scrap pile, so.
Yeah. Okay, she definitely did. And, yeah, I don't have enough flowers here either. Oh wait, maybe I do. I do have enough flowers.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
there was only one rind, no?
So what's those little pieces? Where are they?
They're right here. That was probably just when I tossed it aside. And how many flowers do you need? 4.
I have enough.
Oh,
I have
do?
enough flowers. Okay, so I'm gonna put my flowers. These 2 little pieces of rind, they are not perfectly the same size, so take note of that because there is one that goes on one and one that goes on the other. They're just a little slightly different, but we're gonna paint them the same color as the other rind, so I'm gonna keep that together. I try to put all my parts kind of in color coding so that it's very easy, not just for me, but for you to see. Okay, so this is my pieces of watermelon that I'm going to actually use towards the end. So I'm going to put this aside for now. And then this looks like a complicated mess right here. It's just a bunch of pieces, but we're going to get through this and help you put this together. I even get confused myself. So these are the slats that we're going to do all one color. And then this is my bottom panel, which you're going to take 2 pieces and glue them together like this, okay? I usually glue mine together before I paint it. So this is going to be a fence. And I kind of just want to make sure that my piece fits in. This is going to be my bottom piece. So do you have a marker? A pencil. I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going to put on the back side of this. The front side is with the slat. The back side is with no slat. I'm just going to put the number 1. And then I'm going to figure, I got to make sure I'm doing this right because so it's going to look like this. This is going to be my fence. So I like to mark mine. That looks right, Jamie, right? Mm-hmm. Does that look right where the seams are, or is something off here?
No, it looks correct to me.
Or is it this? See, guys, I got to double check that because
I don't think
it's
that's
definitely
correct because, I mean, it doesn't, yeah, no. It's the other way.
Okay, so this is what you want to do. You want to make sure by just sifting things around. So I'm going to put the number 2 and an arrow. So I know that the 2 goes here. And then this one's pretty obvious because it's the top of the fence, which is going to be number 3, but I'm not going to mark it, okay? So the fence, as I'm taking it down like this, I'm going to do the fence first with you, just because I just want to get it out of the way. So I'm going to start by gluing the base together. Now, when you glue the base together, there's these ribs, there's these grooves, these slats, okay? You want to make sure that you don't glue these off, even just a little bit, can hinder you putting the fence into that slat. So as it's drying, I actually like to hold mine, okay? So I'm going to put the cap on my glue. And guys, you do not need a lot of glue for these projects at all. They require very little glue. So I'm just going to do why?
Because we're live. Did it not break the seal?
It didn't break the seal. Hold on. There it did.
There it did. Be careful.
Yeah. You don't want to get this on your fingers, this glue. Okay. So I'm going to run a line down the back, a line around the front. Okay. I'm going to hover it. You're going to hear me say that word a lot because this is going to glue very fast. So I just want to hold it together. Now, sometimes I get these clamps from the Dollar Tree, if you've ever seen me use them. But even if you use those, you want to be careful that it doesn't shift. So you see mine went together pretty nicely. And this glues pretty quickly. And once I know it's pretty much together, I'm just going to put this aside. Okay? Now the fence, what I did was, this is the front. I'm going to give me a second. I really want to make sure because I don't want to do anything wrong live because this, so I'm going to lay this together. Now, when I put my glue on, I want to make sure that no glue goes down that seam. Because if glue gets down that seam, I'm not going to be able to lift this fence back up. Okay? So instead of doing a line, I'm going to do dots. I'm going to be very careful with my dots and kind of keep them away from that seam. And I'm going to take a paint. Now, guys, you can paint these pieces first. I'm choosing not to. I did in my video, but I want to show you both ways because it really doesn't matter which way you do it. I just want to give this time to dry while I'm painting the other parts so I have no issues, okay? I'm really hoping this didn't go down through because this glue does find a way.
If it does, we'll have a little bit of cardboard on the back of our project. Do you want to glue this second slot down?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that no glue is getting down there. I kind of move it around to make sure. Okay, so I just really want to give this time because when I lift this, it doesn't have any support on the back. Okay, and then I'm going to do the next section. And again, instead, like this is a very small piece at the top. So I'm going to do small dots on the top. And then maybe more dots on the bottom since I have a little bit more to work with at the bottom. And I'm going to grab another one of these panels and I'm going to lay it on that seam. And you'll see that it fits pretty perfectly onto okay.
Looking good.
And because I'm going to stand this up, I just want to make sure this really dries. No glue went down through. You'd know right away because if you'll know what I'm talking about if you ever do it. But okay, so this really needs some time. I should have put this on a little piece of cardboard so I could just lift it and start painting.
Are you going to glue the back ones on?
I am, but I just kind of want to let this really sit. Sorry, guys. I think I'm going to let this sit for a little bit longer just to make sure, okay? So we'll get back to the back panel. I just want to give this time to really dry with the glue, okay? So I'm going to move this aside and we'll get to the other parts and we'll get back to this. Okay. So I'm going to start with the, I always try to keep a paper plate around. This is kind of what I put my glue on. And I think I'm going to start with the Republic Red. I'm going to add some to my plate. So this is my watermelon. And I'm going to paint each of these pieces in the red. And what you could do with the leaves, it's really up to you. I don't always do this, but you know, for those of you that are starting out or feel like you don't have a really good hand on this, I am going to tape off the leaf.
Are you painting the leaves first?
Ha ha.
And if you don't have painter's tape, I believe the rinds cover if you went over just a tad.
Right. It does cover a little bit.
I didn't paint it, so I'm not sure.
It covers a little bit, but you can go over. Yeah. So it's just, I would not normally put a piece of tape on. I'm just doing it because some people, you know, I'm just trying to show you those little tips that may help.
Yeah.
If you feel like you just, so like this one up here does not have rind. Yeah, maybe a little bit of the rind shows, but.
Well, it's good to be, you don't want to have to go back.
Well, it's the red. The red is going to be a little harder to cover, so I just want to keep my, so I'm just going to load my sponge, and then I unload, and then I'm going to start filling this in. Now, I find if I do this dabbing motion, I get better coverage than if I sit and swipe. Okay, but I'm going to leave that up to you, because the red can be a little bit harder to cover at times. But this is really going to help me with that coverage. You'll find Wise Owl dries very quickly.
And the tape helps too, because the dabber is a little bigger. Sometimes you can't gauge exactly in the tiny areas.
Yeah, it's not like
so
using
it
an
does
art
help.
brush.
Right.
Okay, so I just went over that a couple times already, and I feel like I got pretty good coverage. You'll see more as it dries. Oh, this one I wasn't thinking.
Oh.
You want the tape to go over the greenery.
I was sleeping over here. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. We are painting with you our July subscription box. It is still this specific one you will no longer be able to get, but if you wanted to sign up today, you will receive August box, which is a surprise.
Yes, and if there's any past boxes that you liked, you can always purchase them.
Yes.
If you are a subscriber, if you missed one that you really liked and wanted to have. So I just wanted to show you that. Okay, I'm going to leave my tape on because as this dries, I'm going to see if I have any missed spots. So I'm going to put this aside for now. Okay, now there was nothing else Republic Red, so I just want to show you. I have a lot of Republic Red left. I used a very little bit. I may have to do a second coat, but I just want to show you get plenty of paint.
Yes, make sure you put the lid back on. You store them in a room temperature area.
Yeah, because they will dry
All
out
the things
over time. Okay. So now I'm going to go to my Joshua tree, which is this really pretty green. That I'm going to put on my plate. And I'm going to get a new sponge. Okay, so I'm going to just do the rinds. I'm going to start with the rinds with the Joshua tree. And they are over
Do you want to
here.
move this down a little like this?
Yeah, I hope you guys can see.
They can.
So what's also nice about the tape is you can see as I'm dabbing these, it's keeping this rind that is very lightweight just in place. And you can take the box all this came into and flatten it out and actually have a painting area.
Thank you so much, Carol. She says she loves watching this. Such talent.
Aww. We're so glad you're here. We appreciate you guys watching. That in itself is so very helpful for me and Jamie. And if you want to pass us along, that's even more helpful. We would appreciate it if you like what you're seeing. Okay, so there are the rinds. Very simple. Guys, I'm going to tell you in the end how long this took me to do. These are not, if you ever decided to get involved with these, they don't take days. It's a nice sit down, rainy afternoon, or you just want to chill. I find crafting to be very therapeutic. So I am going to use the green on my leaves over here on that watermelon, but I'm going to wait a little longer because that's still drying. And I'm going to go in with black. And with the black, I'm going to hit the hinges, the seeds, and my flowers, and my hello. So the black, I'm going to be hitting a lot of items here. Which has amazing coverage with the black. Does anybody have any questions that they'd like to ask? It doesn't have to be about a cutout. It can be about anything that you'd like to ask me and Jamie.
And if
it's not too
if
personal,
you missed the
I'll answer you.
if you missed the beginning, we showed you that we do send a pre-recorded tutorial. So it's something that's also nice. You pull it up on your computer, you find an area you want to sit down, do a little bit. You can always get up and walk away. But as she mentioned, very therapeutic. And then you get a nice rewarding end result. Mm-hmm. We do not currently ship to Canada. Sorry about that, Samantha. That's a good idea. Joni says put your sponges in a sandwich bag to keep them from drying out if you need to get use out of them.
And at the end, I'll show you another thing. If you haven't seen me, I just cut the tip and take that color off, and you can continue going up your sponge for a few uses. Okay, so I did all my seeds, my word hello, my hinges, and my flowers. I did them all black. Okay, so the only thing left that I have is this little ring, and I'm going to do that black as well. And then we're going to go backtrack on some of the stuff that I'm letting dry. Okay. So I'm going to hit my rim here.
Thank you, Debbie. She said she really enjoyed the video on where to get some of our favorite supplies. It was great for someone new to crafting.
Awesome. We always want to be helpful. Okay, so now we're going to let this part dry, and I'm going to go back to my watermelon slices. These are dry. I do feel like maybe I should hit them one more time with a little bit of red, just to get really good coverage here. And you always want to make sure that all your paint is nice and dry before you start gluing to get the best results, because you don't want anything coming apart. And wet glue does not adhere well with, wet paint does not adhere well with glue. Okay. These are great gifts. And these are great for people that are shut-ins. Okay. Okay, so that's my Republic Red. Now I'm going to take my painter's tape off. And it's really up to you. My paint is still wet, so I don't know if I should wait a few more seconds to go in with the green. What I would do is let this dry, and then you can do your painter's tape the opposite way for the greenery. I don't need the painter's tape only because I've been doing this for so long, and frankly, I've just gotten to where I really don't care. I just do it. I just do it. I just do it. So I wet my thing, and I'll just do my first dab right on that crease, and it'll be enough. And then I go. Okay, I load my paint if you really want to know how I do it, and I hit the crease with my dabber.
I like it.
First stamp is the crease. I don't care. I used to stress over this stuff, Jamie will tell you, and I just don't anymore. And I'm by far...
But that's probably how it is.
I'm happier. I'm a happier person.
I do think it's like when you're new at something, it seems like, oh my gosh, so much. But then when you do a few, it's like, oh, okay.
And we criticize ourselves along the way. And you got to trust the process. I think anybody who's involved themselves in any kind of creativity, you figure it out in the end. Okay? Yes. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to let all this dry, and I'm going to go get my fence and finish that. Let me put that over here, Jamie.
Lori, I'm glad you figured it out. She said this one was really cute, but she wasn't paying attention, and she accidentally glued some pieces on the wrong way, but she was able to catch it.
Oh, you're lucky. Yeah. Because this glue...
It happens to us all, and Glenda is excited to do hers.
Yes. Again, if you just watch the video. Even if you watch, like, if you don't want to sit down twice, I get that. I have no patience for sitting and watching anything.
You can kind of maybe fast forward and just
let it go, like, maybe 5 minutes, and then backtrack.
Right, or just watch it being glued together.
Think about what you're doing, right. So this is the fence, and I started with the front half, okay? Again, you could paint these pieces first, okay? That's what I did in my video. I just decided not to do it that way here because I wanted to make sure that you got how to piece it together right now is more important, because if you don't piece this together correctly, it won't sit in here correctly. And we don't want to have that issue, okay? And when you're painting it, try not to do a lot of layers of paint on this bottom rim that has to go into that slat. I try to do one coat and try not to mess with it too much down there. Okay, so I'm going to flip it on its back side, and I have my 2 last pieces. And I'm going to take my glue, and again, I'm not going to go across, I'm just going to do dots, and this way I don't have too much glue near that seam that's going to fall into the seam. Very simple. Okay. So there's that one. And then this one. Okay. And I like that I have this piece of cardboard because I do like to give it time to dry. So I can pick it up and move it over. I'm going to do that again. I'm just going to move it over here. You just want to give it that minute to dry. So when we stand it up, it doesn't fall apart. That would be funny. That would go viral probably. Okay. So now I'm going to advise you to wait a little longer than I'm waiting. And again, I would now take the time to paint the backs. We're not worrying about that because I don't want to hold you guys up on something that you can do on your own. You don't need me for that. So I'm going to start gluing my rinds on this portion of my craft. And I always try to make a plan first. So it's very important that this bottom rind, when you glue it, okay, let me show you. When you glue this bottom rind, you need this tag standing out to slide it into your fence, okay? So make sure you don't glue the rind all the way down. So that's the first tip on that one. So I'm gonna put my glue on the back of the rind, like so. You can do dots or however you wanna do it. And I try to lay it so I see that tab sticking out first, and then lay this down. Because that's the most important part, that you make sure
yes,
you do that. Now you have 2 more rinds, which are not the same size or shape. So you want to lay these down and make sure you're putting the right rind on the next 2. Yeah, see, glue got underneath, and this part was starting to stick. So you really want to use very little glue so it doesn't seep down. So I just want to check to see if these are correct. Does that look correct to you, Jamie?
it does, yeah, I think. Or
You'll see
I'm
what I
just
mean.
curious
We're just
if
going
it
to try.
does matter.
No,
Yeah,
one is a little bit bigger.
You want the flat end and that to kind of be flat together,
Okay.
right?
Uh-huh. So that looks right. So I'm just going to take this down, flip it over. But see, I'm leaving this one on there. So, and you just want to put dots of glue on, okay? You only need a couple dots. And when you sit it, you just want to make sure you're covering the red. and press. And again, I'm going to flip this over. You just want a couple dots. You do not need a lot of glue. And the key is to cover the red at the bottom of your watermelon. So this is where we're at. Okay?
Looking good.
So now, before I go further, I'm going to want to put white lines for my rind area. Jamie, do you have the dot maker at least?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So I'm just going to use an art brush for this part. You can use the white Sharpie markers. You can use the white marker from the Dollar Tree. Jamie's, she said, is not, hers dried out, and I'm at Jamie's house.
I think this one should work. I was just getting the orange paint, like just test it before. I don't want orange to get in your project. Does it look okay?
So let's see if this works.
I have a dot.
These markers work. This is the marker from the Dollar Tree. It says metallic marker and it's white. It works fabulous. Don't get excited. Not all the colors from the Dollar Tree work fabulous, but this particular white one does. Actually, this works better than the Sharpie. So what I did is I didn't overthink it like usual, and I went and I just did, I marked off lines just like this. I'm not overthinking it. I'm just creating them, and I don't care. See, I just went like that. And then I'm going to fill it in. Then I'm going to fill them in. Or you can take an art brush and do the same thing. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to go to the next rind and do the same thing. And there's no, you can do whatever pattern you want to do. I just kind of put them and then just spaced them out. Okay. You can go over it a second time. I feel like you don't really need full coverage because it kind of looks good. Like... You know how rinds are on watermelon. And then I have this last one. So you can space them out again however you want. I just kind of went through like this. I made my spaces first. I gotta watch this glue. I put a little too much on that one rind and it just wants to seep through. Just like this. And then you're gonna go back and fill it in. Very, very easy. Again, you can use an art brush, but this really is so easy. Okay?
Very nice.
So now, I'm going to take the time to make some lines in my leaves. So, very simple. I just kind of go back and forth with the side I choose to do a line on. I'll go on the left side with that leaf, the right side with that leaf, and then you can hit the right again or you can go to the left. It's really up to you. And then I outlined my watermelon itself, the chew mark there, and then I kind of went, how did I do this? I went across here, dot, 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 then I came down, and you can kind of do some zigzag marks, dot, dot, dot. No rhyme or reason. I kind of just go with the flow here. This one I'll do a line, dot, 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 line. I'm kind of copying what I did before. A line, And then you can do the zigzags on that one. And then the last one, you can go a long line here. There's a bite mark here. I do kind of like to emphasize that if I can. And then I did the zigzag down here. Dot, dot, dot. Okay? This pen makes life a lot easier. And we're going to use it again. I would just cover this, Jamie, so it doesn't dry out on you. Here. Okay, we'll go back to that in a minute. So now I'm going to take my seeds and I'm going to make a plan. So the top one, I'm going to put 2 seeds. You can put these however you want. The middle watermelon slice, I'm going to do 2 seeds. And then the one at the bottom, I'm going to do 3. So I like to kind of make a plan first. And then I'm going to take my glue, and you're literally going to need a dot. Guys, I'm going to put my glasses on. You don't have a Q-tip or something, do you? It would have to be kind of quick if you do. And then I'm going to go to my middle slice here. Q-tips work very well if you put too much glue on. It's really just a quick, if I could have grabbed this faster, see it's already starting to dry. If I could have grabbed that faster, it really picks it up with no issue. But you can always go back and paint over the glue if it's bothering you, because it does kind of give it a little shiny spot. Okay? So these are my seeds.
Sharon, we are using the Crafter Square metallic marker in white. You can get it right from the Dollar Tree. It's Crafter Square.
And then I'm going to go with my marker again. I'm going to go into the seeds and just do a white line. Left, right, left. What did I do with this middle one? Right, left. Okay. So this whole part is done.
So cute.
Now, we like to cover our projects with the Rust-Oleum ×2. I like the matte finish. You can get whatever finish you want. It's the clear. So I probably would spray this. I would probably paint the back and spray the front and the back before I finished my putting this together, okay? You're not gonna see me do that here, but now is when I would probably give it a nice top coat. So I'm gonna put this water slice, this slice aside. Okay. Now, I am going to get my fence and I'm gonna paint that in our golden, smoky quartz. Jamie, could you pour that on that plate? Okay, that's good. So again, I would do the back. I'm not worrying about that right now because I don't want to keep you guys any longer than I have to.
Are you cold?
I am. You can shut it off. And I'm going to load. Now, the sides of my fence, they're all like that scoring. So you can stay right on the surface. And if you keep if you do the dabbing motion, you're not going to get a lot of paint on the edge. So you don't even have to worry about going through the edges or anything. So I'm just going to start in the center with my smoky quartz and then kind of migrate to the sides to keep everything nice and neat.
Debbie says she's new here. Is this a kit? So we are painting our July subscription paintable box. We do have just regular unfinished cutouts available over at chocolatefancy.com, but this one is specific to our subscription box, so you won't find this one exactly on our webpage. I can give you a link for more information on that if you'd like, but you basically get a cutout and you have the option of paint or no paint. So welcome.
And it comes with the glue, the dabbers, and anything you're going to need to put your kit together. If you take a kit from our webpage that's not part of the subscription, you can kind of tell which ones come with a video and which ones don't, because the ones that come with a video usually has a final product picture of it painted. That's usually your indication that we did do a video that's going to go with the cutout. If you choose a cutout and you'd like to see a video, simply just email us, and me and Jamie do try to accommodate if somebody really wants either a final picture or just some ideas or a video. I sometimes don't mind just, you know, putting one together for that. So
yes, so I have a link pinned in the comments. I also messaged you under your comment. If you're having a hard time finding it, just let me know.
And if you decide to do the monthly subscription today, you will get 20% off our webpage, and we will send you the 20% off code in your subscription box for August. Okay? Yes. So I'm just going through, and when I get to the, as you can see, Smoky Quartz has a very good coverage as well. Just kind of doing the dabbing motion all the way through. This is not hard to do.
Someone had the idea of decorating the back side, so painting it the back way. The only problem is you would still have this tab.
What tab?
Over here, but I guess you could.
Oh, that doesn't matter. Yeah, you could probably maybe even paint the back, and then you could swag a garland on the fence.
Yeah, but yeah, you could. I think you could make it double-sided if you were.
That's a great idea, actually. Why didn't we think of that?
I know.
Thanks for the idea.
Well, she said pumpkins would look really cute, and
yes, they would.
We did have a pumpkin, but it didn't really. The watermelon was cuter.
Yeah. This was interchangeable. This particular kit, you could get different items to slide in. Sometimes I feel like, I don't know, I like to glue mine in. I didn't feel like it was going to be sturdy enough. That was just my opinion, especially if you put it out on your porch. And sometimes I'm not really crazy about the other parts that come with these.
Right.
So when I get down to this lower part, I just don't want to overdo the paint, because you want it to be able to fit into your slats that we're going to be gluing this into. You can still do the glue all the way down. And if you ever have a problem where you did do too much paint, you can always take a piece of sandpaper and sand some of it back.
So Sally, the 20% off is going to go to anybody who's already a subscriber or any new subscribers for today. We'll send the coupon code in your August box, and then you can use it for the month of August. Thank you, Cheryl. I actually got this sweatshirt at Walmart.
Malibu. Wow. Yeah. California.
It's my rainy day sweatshirt.
Yeah. So I just finished my fence, you can see. But it really does need a second coat. So I'm going to just quickly do that. The second coat usually goes a little faster with the coverage. So sorry you have to wait for because this is a pretty big piece here.
So this is just something I'm thinking of, so I'm just going to mention it. If you are new to our box and didn't really get a couple months to be able to see how we do things, this particular kit, we just sent the fence and the watermelon slices. Not just, but this is a much bigger piece. So, you know, some months you may get like a smaller round, so then we're able to throw in, throw in an extra wood piece, or So we do kind of switch it up every month, but it's been pretty much the same, where you get one main cutout and then a smaller cutout. A couple months ago, we threw in an extra as a thank you cutout, so sometimes we'll do that. But if I'm not mistaken, I do believe we also sent a couple decoupage items with this, right?
Yeah, I think we did. Sometimes we'll throw a cute little napkin in there.
Yeah.
People like to decoupage.
So it's a completely surprise. We don't have any.
But this piece is definitely larger than most. Or if we do like a round door hanger, I'm trying to see if we have something around here that we've done. If we do a round door hanger, it depends. If it's, sometimes we'll throw in just a small item. But we try to make sure the value is the same.
Yes, thank you. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah. I'm almost done, guys.
So a couple months ago, we did, this was actually really cute. We did this hanger.
Let me see that, oh yeah, that was cute.
So it's
and that came with
smaller.
a bead. Oh, yeah.
And then that came with this garland, and we even included the beads in this one. So each box is a surprise. If you're new, what we're painting now is not what you're getting for August.
Right. But again, if there's anything you liked, you can go back and purchase any of the back subscription boxes.
Or like we sometimes have somebody say, we really enjoyed that one, I want to gift one to a friend or something. And then we allow them to buy a second box. If you're a subscriber with us, of course we want to help you. Yes.
Okay. So here we go. So now I just gotta. Okay. Sorry guys, this lip I have to fix, and sometimes it's hard for me to see things when I have it flat. Okay. So. That's fully painted. So cute.
Very nice.
And guys, if you like to spray paint, I have spray painted these. Comes out pretty good with the Rust-Oleum, different colors. Spray paint it and put them all together.
Yes, that's
Whatever
true.
paint you really like to use, this MDF does well with it. Okay, I just want to make sure I colored this pretty good. Okay, so this is good. There we go. So I'm going to put this aside over there just to give me some space.
Sharon, we do not ship to Canada.
I'm going to paint the base the same color as that gray. Again, you want to make sure you're not getting globs of paint down your slats here, okay? So I'm going to do that quick. So when you load, you want to load and unload, and I would just start away from the slats and kind of push the paint from the center out. And then when my dabber's really dry, I'm going to hit the slatted area so we don't have, you know, a lot of paint going down in there.
Lori says, I've been a subscriber since the very beginning and I have not been disappointed any of the months. They're always very cute and I get many compliments on my finished products.
Aw,
Thanks,
thank
Lori.
you. Yes, it's the, what's the word? The testimonials is what helps, because I can tell you it's great all the time, but it's the people that are getting the boxes and are enjoying them that are the true story. You know, if you love to be creative, but you don't want to be going to the store, worrying about it, it shows right up at your door. Okay? I'm going to let that dry. Okay, I have one more color, and it's my Snow Owl, which is our white.
Do you need a new plate, or do you want me to just squeeze it right on there? That's probably not the best way.
Put it right here.
That ring always falls off, so I don't know why.
All right, so I'm going to need more than that. All right, good.
And also these paint tip thingies pull right off if you want to squeeze it out faster. I'm sure you knew that, but just in case you didn't.
So the white, I'm definitely gonna need more than one coat. So I'm just gonna kind of get this on first. Sometimes my first coat with the white, I will kind of swipe it a little bit because I know I'm not gonna get full coverage at first. So I start swiping it. And then I just wait a few minutes and then I go back in with that dab. And that dabbing is gonna give you the coverage that you need.
So Deborah, we have 2 different options for the subscription box. We have the kit without any paint, that's $42.99, and then we have the one with the paint, that's $52.99. That pricing includes everything, shipping and everything. There's no additional shipping charge. And I gave you a link as well if you want to find more information.
Okay. So there's my white paint. That's the only part that was white. So I'm gonna let that dry for a few minutes. And I'm gonna take all these parts, all these parts are dry. I'm gonna start clearing out my area here the best that I can, because we're gonna start gluing. This is the fun part, guys, because this is when you're gonna see it all come together. It's really like doing a puzzle. You know, it doesn't take any real talent. I don't think it does. You know, a lot of it is just making sure you watch the video for any tips and tricks of gluing parts together.
Yeah.
But outside of that, so before we go any further, I kind of wanted to deal with the flowers while everything is drying right now. And you can either use a polka dot embossing tool from the Dollar Tree. You have one end that makes bigger polka dots than the other end, or you can use the marker, okay? This marker has been spoiling me, and that's what I'm gonna use. And I'm gonna do this on the flowers, and I'm just going to do polka dots. It's really quite easy. I just try to stagger my dots. So if I do one up there, you know, I just stagger them. Now, this is really up to you, but I went and did a larger center dot in the center of my flower, like this. It's kind of how I did mine. So again, I'm going to do my polka dots. Just make sure you stagger them. And then I'm just going to fill in my own center dot. And I do this on all 3 flowers. Is that your rooster?
It is. Loud.
I didn't think they did that at night.
They do it all day long sometimes. I don't know why. I wonder if because the sun, it's getting dark. I have no idea.
Okay, he's having a grand old time.
I thought the sun was going down. That's how
rooster?
dark it is outside.
Okay, so everything's drying. Let's get this stuff out of the way.
Here, I could take it if you want to. And we sent extra glue because we thought you would need more, and we didn't even go through the 1 tube. Oh, wait, we still have to glue.
Yes, I'm not done. Okay. Again, guys, you're going to wait longer than I am with this dry time. Okay? So my word hello, you're going to, you know what? Let's put the rim down first. So this rim is just going to cover this. And again, I use my fingers. I like to hold it. So you do not want to use a lot of glue. So on the rim, I'm just going to do like a dot in each 4 corners. That's all you need. And it's just going to keep you from having too much glue. I like to hover it. Geez, what is going on?
Did it glue funny? Oh no, it's probably just Looks good. I think the white on the edge is messing with your eye.
It is. So if you see, some of my paint went through. That's what was bothering me. It looked like it wasn't covering correctly. So I'm just going to take the black right here. And I'm just going to go around and hit the edge. Okay. And then I'm going to take my word hello. And I always just like to get it in here, kind of make sure. It doesn't have to be perfect, but again, I'm just going to do dots. I am not going to sit here and line all my letters with glue. I'm just going to do a dot on each letter. Eyeball it and press. Okay.
Did I show you this? One of the subscribers sent. I thought those colors were really pretty.
That is so cute. Show them.
I can't remember, so please forgive me.
Make sure
I don't want to.
There's no information there either.
But
I love it. I love the light color. So you can do any colors you
really
want.
do whatever, and everything just.
I like the tan.
Did a really nice.
Very nice.
Oh, actually, you're watching.
Sally, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. See, that's what I love, is seeing everybody's spin on things. Because you're going to lean
really
towards...
look good.
You're going to lean towards colors that are in your own home. So now, please hear me. What you're going to want to do, I'm not going to glue this yet, right? I'm going to kind of sit this down. Like, I'm going to pretend. Okay, so this is how we're going to glue that in, okay? This is a pretend. I'm not gluing anything right now, but I want to show you why it's important to just always have a plan, okay? This is what it's going to look like. It just slides together, but you want to make sure you see your hello sign. So I glued mine kind of, okay, let me first do this before. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to just glue this on and then find you can't see your hello sign because your watermelon slice is going to be in the way. So I think I did mine as close to the top as possible. And I felt like it was a nice balance. You could still see it. Okay, so I found a spot. I'm going to take this off. And I kind of want to start by gluing. I'm just going to tilt this up and I'm going to put glue underneath and drop it down. Okay. For my sign. And then the hinges are going to go on either side here. And then this one is going to go here. Just like that. Again. Glue. You guys see? A little glue. Okay.
Vicky, no, we do not use wood glue. You need kind of a fast setting glue for these.
We either use stick fast or in the kits we send crazy glue. Okay?
Certainly if you want to use wood glue for like maybe a different paintable, you could, but these has so many little pieces, you'd be so frustrated by the end.
Yeah, because it's going to take forever to dry too.
Yeah.
So this way this is all fast acting glue. So now I'm going to glue my fence into my large slat. And the way I do that is I go to the end and I'm going to run glue along the back and then along the front. And I'm going to tell you right now, this glue is going to want to go down and it's going to want to come out the back bottom. So the minute I set this in, okay.
Uh-oh.
How do I?
Let's get another piece of cardboard so you can push down on the cardboard.
You get what I'm saying? This glue is going to want to go down in, and if it does, I may have to just cut it out.
Cut it out? I think
How
maybe,
do I do that?
I think we just left it and then, because you want that to dry even.
So I'm kind of like holding this, and I'm just going to keep, if this makes sense, I'm just going to keep moving the bottom until this settles. It's already starting to glue. I can tell because it's not moving as much. See, if I pick it up.
Right, so maybe now you may be able to pick it up. You just don't want it to stick to the surface you're working on. Always put a barrier. Don't just do it right on your wood kitchen table or anything, because the wood glue finds its way, or the
once it starts to dry, it's good.
Yeah.
See? It's good. But you want to make sure it's flat too. It's like a thing. You just got to keep moving it.
Yeah.
And you want to know if it's sticking, and you just don't want to use a lot of glue. That's really the key here. Okay? So this is already sticking, but it didn't go through. Okay? Less glue is best. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm first going to add my flowers. I'm going to make a plan. The larger flowers are going to go on either side, and I kind of put them where my leaf is. It's kind of your guide, kind of like this. So I'm going to put a dot on the back side of my flower. Oh, and add it. It wants to stick to my finger. And then do a dot here.
So the picture we showed as one of our followers or subscribers did, Sally, that was her first kit she's ever done.
Sally, that came out beautiful.
Yeah, that came out really good.
It really did. That's like Pinterest worthy. That's what I love about these. Like when you're done, you're going to be like, wow, I could give this as a gift to somebody, you know, and they're going to love it.
Do you guys hear that rain?
Yeah, this has nothing to do with any, this is just, I have glue that's bothering me because it's very shiny, but I just need to touch up that area. And the red just over spilt.
Yeah, if you ever have to touch up an area, don't panic. Just let everything dry, glue everything down.
Okay. All right. So again, remember, you're going to spray this and price spray this before I put this one in. That was already done. Remember, we talked about that. And I'm going to hit that tab with the glue on the front and on the back. And you're just hitting the tab. And again, the glue's going to want to go down inside this thing, so you just got to be careful it going through the bottom. But that one doesn't go through.
Yeah, the rind of the watermelon kind of holds that.
Yeah, the rind stops it from going all the way through. So this one you can kind of lift it up so you don't have to worry about the glue going down. Yeah, it's good. It didn't go down. What do you think? Do you like it?
I love it.
I love it. We usually give our finished product away.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about shipping this one.
Break.
So what we're gonna do, should we send a free cutout to somebody? How do you want to do that?
That's fine.
Oh, it's
you
just
mean
something
the
else here.
Like the unfinished of that?
Well, yeah. Don't you think this would be hard to ship like this? Because it's gonna
break.
break.
No,
I'm
we're
afraid
definitely
it'll
not
break.
shipping that. It will break, okay?
I love this. See, I love looking at these when they're done. They're just so stinking cute. Very, very cute. So this is the one I just did tonight, but this was the one I did in my video, which they're very, very similar. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just pick from the comments, just at random we pick.
And we'll send an unfinished one,
Yeah.
okay? So you're gonna have to put it together yourself, only because I usually will give away my one that I did with you right now, unless you see something else that I did around here.
No, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they'll enjoy it.
What do you guys think? Should we give an unfinished one away? Because we have 2 of these.
Oh, yeah. We could do that too.
I'm going to let the people decide. Should I give away this that's already done? I can mail this. Or should I give away an unfinished fence and watermelon? Let's poll the people.
Yes. And while I'm just waiting, because I think there's a little lag, while I'm waiting for you to answer.
Yeah, we're going to want to give everybody time to answer the question, because Jamie's going to pick from that.
Yes.
That's how we're going to do this tonight.
Vicky, kits don't ship until after the 1st of the month.
Yeah.
So, if you have a question about a specific item or kit, you can certainly email or text us.
Yeah. Now, also, what we're sending out the 1st of August is not this. It's a surprise. You're going to have to wait. I think it's adorable.
You're going to have to wait.
I want to tell you. I want to show you. So what do you think? Should I give an already painted daisy with a bee hanger? Or would somebody like to get the Hello watermelon fence? But it's going to be dismantled and you're going to have to paint it yourself. We will send you with a card.
Yes.
So you can have the video.
So far, more unfinished.
Okay. You guys are smarter than us. You guys know what you want. So let me show you this for those that I wanted to show you this to. You have a pair of scissors?
Yes.
I'm sure you all understood what I said, but I'm just going to show you.
I hope these are sharp. Hold on. Hold on. Because
they're not sharp enough?
I'm nervous. And then our demonstration.
Okay.
These are definitely sharp enough.
Okay. So with these sponges, what I do, I just, instead of washing them out, because they don't really wash that nice, I'm not going to lie to you, I just cut the paint off. So now you have a nice clean end.
Jody, that's okay if you're not a subscriber. We still give our freebies to anybody.
You watched. To our watchers. That's all the criteria is. You watch, and it's not that you have to comment. We just don't know how else to pick people. So don't take it as like, you got to comment or whatever.
Right. So most people are saying unfinished.
Okay. Unfinished it is. We'll send an unfinished watermelon fence with a card so you can at least watch the video to do your paint.
But I just had an idea.
Oh, Jamie's got an idea.
If I just go like my eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and whoever's name I land on, if you requested one or the other, I'll just send what you requested.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Most of
Obviously,
you
if you guys are from Canada, we can't send it to you. So I'm really sorry about that. But that's, it's not our fault. I don't know why they make it so difficult. It shouldn't be that difficult.
Right.
But I don't understand the Postal Service. But what Jamie's saying is, when we call your name and you email us, remember, do not put any of your information in the feed here, because we do have trolls that are watching. But when we call your name and you email us or text us, however you want to do it. You say which one you want. Just say daisies or watermelon.
Yeah.
Watermelon is the unfinished. The daisies is the one that I already painted.
Yes.
So I'll leave it up to you guys. Whoever gets picked.
Yes. Okay.
And maybe I'll find something else to give away too. So it's not just that one person. So I'll let Jamie pick for this and then I'll look around for something else.
All right. So I kind of just, you know, look away. I'm moving this up and down and all around. And I'm going to stop right here. Of course, I didn't land on anybody, but so-and-so is watching. Joanne Bolin.
All right, Joanne.
Joanne Bolin. And she requested an unfinished, but she can confirm. When she emails, you can email us chalkitupfancy@gmail.com. You can text us 845-286-9044, but do not leave, that's good, do not leave anything down here in the comments, please. So Joanne Bolin. And we're going to be very kind and pick a second person. You don't have to,
This is T. This is adorable. And when you get this, you're going to scan this QR code and it's going to take you to the video of putting this one together.
yes.
So Jamie's going to picky pick.
Sorry, I just want to make sure I scroll up enough. All right. Margaret Corona.
Congratulations, Margaret.
Margaret.
You just won yourself a unfinished tea. Again, QR code is on the back. So just email us at chalkitupfancy@gmail.com. Let us know that you won the tea. And we will send that out to you. Just make sure you give us your address. And thank you so much for watching.
Yes, thank you. And
Okay.
Nat, we've been on for, we like to see how long we've been on for. This whole live was an hour 13, so that's with us talking in the beginning and towards
so
the
to
end.
paint these and put them together is probably, it takes all but an hour.
Yes.
Okay?
All right.
Guys, thank you so much for spending
thank
your
you.
evening with us. We appreciate you. It's what, 5:30?
Yes.
So again, if you don't want to miss out on the subscription box and you don't want to be picking out your next cutout and you think you would like to have a gift to yourself once a month, you can go to chalkitupfancy.com, or I'm sure Jamie put it in the feed. To receive a box, you can choose paint or no paint. And if you do that today, you're going to get 20% off of our entire webpage store as a thank you. And everybody else who's a subscriber is going to get that same thing. You're going to have your code inside your box. So make sure you look for that to get your 20% off.
Yes.
Okay?
And if you have any more questions, you can put them in the comments and we will definitely go through and enjoy them.
Yeah. So thanks again. We appreciate you guys more than you know. And we will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. if you are looking to see the craft of the day.
Yes.
So thank you so much. Jamie's
thank
going to
you,
have
everybody.
to do her gymnastics
Here.
to shut this off. Bye.
Bye. Have a
Love
good
you
night.
guys. Bye-bye.